Welcome back to another episode of the South African Fantasy Football Podcast. Happy to have both you guys back. We got another double game week coming up just this Saturday, tomorrow. How are you guys feeling?
Not too bad. It's a decent week. Catching Razeen a little bit. Took some points out of him. Hopefully we can do it
I
again.
never got to step the lead now. Hey.
So
I don't
Razeen,
know what happened.
you
Still
on
top.
2,112 points. Monusim, you on 2,108 points. So 4 points is the difference at the moment. That's too many knocks, Razeen. If you take one too many knocks, you're
It's
in
getting
danger
very
there.
heated actually. Mine and my friend Ahmad's joint team are 1 point clear of my personal team.
Your
wow.
personal team is doing crazy at this moment.
So we know who's influencing that other team as well. Then clearly,
Yeah.
Glasnow was a rough one. Bilal,
Yeah,
Glasnow was a very unfortunate
Glasnow was
one.
not the
It was a
manager.
very unfortunate
2-0 up at City, I was smiling, and then all of a
one.
sudden it was very doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Newcastle absolutely killed it. 5-star performance from them.
All our Palace players fought badly.
Yeah. Like particularly like defensively, you got a double game week and your Crystal Palace defender comes up with -1.
-1 is
It's a bit
rough.
sad, yeah.
It's quite rough.
Let's stick to tradition and stick with the meme of the week. I have a tweet from FPL Marchand. Went with Cavarial over Edison for attacking returns, rookie mistake, which was kind of like sums up how bad the defense was this week. Like my whole defense got 1 and -1.
So Edison is now the keeper with the most attacking returns in the history of the Premier League, I think.
Oh wow.
After this last weekend's one. Yeah, I think I read something about that.
I still wouldn't pick him though. I think Cavarial's a better option.
Is there an update on whether he's playing? Because I've got him in my team.
Did you have him?
I think Edison plays every game.
Did you have him in your team this
But
week?
he was flagged.
Is he? Oh, he's injured.
Yeah, I think so.
Who's your backup keeper?
Ariola.
Oh yeah, but do they have Southampton this week?
They do.
Southampton. Yeah, single game week.
Yeah.
Those doubles.
But it's not bad.
Are you
I'm actually
bench
considering Bowen as an option, to be honest, for midfield against Southampton.
Are you bench boosting, Razeen?
Probably not. Probably not this week.
Do you think you're going to get another better opportunity?
Yeah, man. If you got,
I'm thinking it'll be easy to set up for 1 in 36 because if I have 4 free transfers, but if I go all out to set up for this week, then my blank next week is going to be a problem with no free hit available.
Yes, fair. Fair.
But if you
Okay,
think
I get you.
36, because 37 is a bigger blank, so
No,
I
I think
actually
it's
don't know.
smaller. I actually think it's going to be a smaller one.
because it's just the semi
It's going to be a
I
smaller one
looked
than
at
this one.
Ben Crellin's Excel sheet, and it
Yeah?
looks like it could be quite a big one.
Razeen, let's take a look at your team because I didn't even notice you had Edison in your team. So you got good attacking returns from a City keeper. But 80 points for the week, and Jacob Murphy really outshining everybody.
What a player, man.
Really good.
He should have been the captain, man. So much to get. Not that I would have considered captaining Jacob Murphy personally, but
I thought about
if you actually had to look at form, I mean, he is the form midfielder at the moment in the Premier League.
Oh, now everyone's taking him out for Rodgers this week.
Yeah,
And I'm considering it, but I'm actually considering getting rid of Savinho instead because I'm trying to like maximize on the doublers this week.
Yeah, you have to.
but I think just
you can
based
have a full
on
team of doubles.
looking at Crystal Palace and how poor, like I guess the attackers got returns, but overall poor returns in general. I don't think you must go too hard on the double if the fixtures are not favorable.
Yeah.
So
No, because I think Villa don't have great. Is it Villa that don't have great fixtures? Palace, I think, don't have a great fixture. I think City's okay, and Arsenal's got the best, but I think the rotation risk there is high.
Arsenal got Ipswich and Palace. Villa got Newcastle and City. So 2 hard fixtures. But
I
Villa
like Villa's double because Villa are going to go for it.
I think so too. They have to go for it.
Yeah.
They need to get in Champions League.
They want the European place,
I agree.
And then Palace
and they've got the squad depth.
Yeah, they playing such great football at the moment.
Do you go Rashford though?
No.
I think he's the starting striker at the moment because Watkins is carrying an injury.
Yeah.
Prediction-wise, like let's just go through it. Like if you're taking Villa against Newcastle at home and then Villa against City away, like I can see a result against City, but I don't know about Newcastle. The way they both play.
Yeah, Newcastle 6 wins on the bounce, right?
I feel like it's a Trippier thing. Ever since he's come back, it's just like
What a player, man.
I
The
see a
main
really
guy.
good game there, though. That's going to be a really good
Yeah,
watch.
it's probably the biggest game for Champions League contention, like for the season. Like it's so defining.
Yeah. The teams that
So
do
do you
rest you,
think
right,
Saka's
do
going to play
struggle.
double?
I think
He
Saka will
gets
play.
at least 100 minutes, you say 90 to 100 minutes over the two games.
I think he starts both and probably gets taken off 70 minutes if they're comfortable. Because remember, they've got to also build fitness for him, right? So I mean, he's been slowly building fitness. He hasn't got many 90 minutes. He got 90 minutes what now against well, almost 90 minutes against Madrid. But I think he does need more games, to be honest. So I expect him to actually play so that his fitness level goes up higher.
If he starts both games, he's the number one captain pick then, surely.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. But you never know with Arteta, to be honest. Maybe he rests one of the guys. But I think they've got FA Cup weekend off, right? So and that's before the Champions League. So that's why I think he might play both and then get that weekend off before the Champions League. And it should be perfect for him to get example, even a 90 and a 70 or an 80 and a 70, for example.
Razeen, let's go back to your team because what are you planning to do this week with your 4 transfers? Are you going to use them all? You're going to make 1 or 2 changes?
Probably one or two. I don't want to go all in on the doubles because I don't have a free hit for next week. And there's a big blank. So I'm going to probably keep some transfers for that. But I definitely need to try and capitalize on this double. I'm not going to be bench boosting. Most probably not going to be bench boosting. Let me just say that in case a last minute change of mind. But I don't see it happening. So probably just going to maybe try and get to about 10 or 11 doublers in my starting 11 and go from there. Get Gabriel out. Still waiting to see what's the story with Edison because I seen he was flagged. If he's playing, then keep him in goal sorted there. Just get Gabriel out, and then we go from there.
And then next week, so you're planning to use all your transfers to make sure your blank game week is covered.
Yeah, kind of. And then the problem is going to come in 36 because there's another double, and I'm going to need to use my bench boost. So even if I stack up some transfers until then, I'm going to have a blank in 37 to deal with.
Do you have a free hit or you've used it?
Used it up already. Only bench boost left.
I'd play my bench boost this week. I won't lie to you. Like it's looking so good for you.
It is. I'd probably have to use 4 transfers though to get a really good bench boost team.
No, it's just Gabriel really, and maybe Edison. The rest, like
I think the single game weekers are still have
good.
strong fixtures.
That's the
Salah
thing.
against Leicester is a good fixture.
Evan Nilsson's
And
against
who's the other
Palace.
single
He can
game weekers?
score.
And Areola against Southampton's a good
It's a
fixture.
possible clean sheet. I think it's a great.
Don't tempt me, boys. I don't want to be out of chips with 5-6 weeks to play.
No, like honest advice. I think it's a great.
So you must check to see more or less what your team might look like in 36 with the teams that may be doubling there. Do you have enough coverage, or can you get enough coverage to make the bench boost worth it then versus because for me the bench boost is all about the single game weekers also. I mean, do you have enough decent single game weekers in your squad to make that bench boost worth it?
Look, like mine and Ahmed's joint team are probably going to be bench boosting this week. And we're going to have at least 13. I know, how many can you get? 12. 12 doublers this week, right? So we're going to have a full 12 doubles and 3 single game week players in our 15-man squad. I think that's where you want to be. That's what you want to be doing. I don't want to have 8 or 9 doubling and then 5 or 6 single game week players because imagine having like 24 games to watch. You're gonna stack up on the points there if you get it
100.
right.
Yeah, 100.
Unless we get another Crystal Palace vibe, defenders getting -1 and stuff.
Ish, that's gonna be pain.
Over
I don't look
2
forward
games.
to something like that again. But it always happens because I was annoyed because I benched Konsa. In my mind, I'm just thinking, I just have a feeling Konsa is going to definitely outscore Munoz, especially after I seen Munoz catch it against City. I'm like, this is looking bleak here.
Mahmoud Wasim, like looking at your team, 91 points. Your assistant manager.
Eddie Howe, what a legend, man.
Yeah, man.
What a legend. From hospital, got me 23 points, man. What a man. Man of the people.
Yeah, like it's been crazy points for Eddie Howe right now. And
it's all about who's the AM this coming week. And I
yeah,
think that's the contention.
Who are you going for?
I'm deciding between Pep and Arteta at the moment. That's where my mind is. So I'm playing it safe again. I'm not chasing any table bonus because I don't actually think there's much table bonus
that's
available
the thing.
for this
So
coming week.
I was looking at it. In terms of the double fixtures, there's not any good fixtures. Palace is the only one that has table bonus, but it's against Arsenal, which I don't really rate because they're playing. The other game is against Newcastle. So No, it's not against Newcastle. Sorry, it's against
They played Newcastle
Bournemouth,
already.
which is not table bonus, but I mean it's not the worst fixture. That's
Mm.
what's making me think maybe I must keep players now. Personally for me, because I can't afford.
Can you afford any of the other managers that are doubling?
I don't think I can.
Because who else is the Villa? Emery is 0.8 though, so he's affordable.
Yeah, I can afford
I
Emery.
think you can't afford Pep or Arteta.
At this point. If I make it another transfer and take a -4, I can.
Yeah.
But I can't afford much else. Looking at the table as well, let's see who else is chasing table bonus. No one really. Everton against City.
For one game, it's probably not worth it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
Everton vs City and Ipswich against Arsenal, Leicester against Liverpool. Where's Spurs? Spurs against Forest would be
16th or something.
Yeah, Spurs against Forest
16th.
But in the Europa League, how are you feeling about that, Mohamed Hussein?
What a result, huh? It was a bit of a nervy end there, but I mean, for me, the United game was the more entertaining one. I was like, wow, how did that result even happen?
Yeah,
It was
I mean
ridiculous. In 5 minutes, 3 goals.
Crazy game.
Insane.
But surely you guys will beat United in the final.
To be honest, when it comes to finals, this team, I mean, they're known to bottle for a reason, right?
But
I mean, we still have to first get through. We still have to go through Norway, to be honest. The home fixture, I guess, is not my biggest concern. It's the away fixture. So traveling to Norway, I mean, Lazio went and got 2-0 at Norway as well. Right? They're not great, but they've been okay as well. So I don't know. I find it very hard to trust this team at the moment. So I go in expecting to lose every single fixture.
Let's go back to your team and just any transfers that you're planning to make apart from assistant manager.
I'm trying to find out how do I get Morgan Rogers into my team. So it's between Savinho or Jacob Murphy to leave to accommodate. However, if I do take out Jacob Murphy, I might be benching Isak, which I'm not very comfortable doing at the moment. So I'm very likely going to do Savinho to Morgan Rogers.
But I have Bowen, and hopefully, like in terms of differentials, he can.
Yeah, I think he's a great option this week. He's actually also one of the considerations for me to like. I'm actually considering a -4. So if I want to do Jacob Murphy and Savinho out, I want to potentially do Bowen and Rogers in.
And he's got a great run in for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Southampton, Brighton, Spurs, United, Forest, Ipswich.
I'd rather focus on getting players from position 3 to 8 in the Premier League, to be honest, because I think or 3 to 7 actually, because I think that's where the magic's going to happen in the Premier League over the next few, or rather from FPL points, because all those teams have something to play for, and if they are playing teams in the lower end of the table, I mean, the relegation is pretty much sorted, to be honest. So I think every other team the team from probably 9th till about 16th have nothing to play, or 17th have nothing to play for the rest of the season.
I wanted to ask you guys, what do I do with Cole Palmer?
I think you just hold now. The fixtures aren't bad though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he's got no double game week, and I got my free hit. So if I free hit next week, there's no point.
Palmer to Saka.
That's the thing. Yeah, I don't know who else to go for in the midfield.
I like De Bruyne last few weeks.
Yeah, he's tempting at the moment. He's actually really tempting. I don't think I can afford him now, and that's what's putting me off.
But it's okay. We'll have him next season. He's coming to Liverpool apparently.
Who's coming to Liverpool?
De Bruyne.
Why would
he keep his place in Manchester? His family's settled. His kids are going to school. 30 minutes drive. Come to Anfield. Train there at the AXA training center. Play a few games. Coming off the bench, making an impact. Take a big pay cut, but make it happen. Win a Champions League with Liverpool, and then he can go to Saudi.
Score one goal like Thiago, and then just have it on TikTok every day, just like that finish. I don't see it happening, but what's happening with Trent, Razeen? Like, you can get it off your chest now. It's a safe space.
We spoke for about 20 minutes about it before this call, bro. Tell them what I told you. He's staying. He can't go anywhere. He shouldn't go anywhere. It makes no sense for him to go anywhere, especially not to Real Madrid, who've inflicted so much of pain on us in this modern recent era. And he's the guy. He said he's going to stay. He wants to spend his career there. And something's just telling me he's going to change his mind after Madrid got cooked by Arsenal. So let's see what happens.
I don't know. I think if he goes,
there's more of a reason to join I think they'll say now you have no choice but to come. They'll offer him more money and say, nah, cuz we need some creator. Because we tried crossing and our crosses couldn't find the players. You will help us
I think
cross better.
I think it's a good move for him. Like I'd be happy, and I'd hope he succeeds. Like he's just I don't know. I don't know if he's like Slot has been playing him like to his potential. Like I feel he was much more effective under Klopp's system. But I mean,
Yeah, Klopp might
Klopp's going to be the next Madrid manager. Klopp's been telling Trent to go there because he's going to meet him there in Madrid.
yeah. I just feel like I feel like he deserves the move if he wants it, and like I think he must go. I think it'll be better for
We'll
him.
have to see how it plays out. I
think
wonder.
it'll be better for
I wonder
him.
if they're still trying to offer him a contract, Liverpool. I
No,
wonder
they
how those
will.
conversations
They
are going.
will.
Very interesting.
I think they will. Depends. I don't think you can compete with Madrid.
No, I think Madrid have also
But
made comments that he isn't going to be their like highest paid player. He's not going to be like Galactico salary. He's moving there just for vibes at this point in time. Imagine he moves and he's understudy to Carvajal. That'll be rough.
Yeah, that would be.
no.
He'll have to be first choice.
Never days. Carvajal is the captain, bruh.
Who do Liverpool replace him with? You think? I'm just worried about Bradley's injuries. Like, I think they're gonna have to sign like a first choice right back, like a first choice right back.
100% they have to sign. Well, they have to sign a right back and a left back. To be honest, Slot needs money to spend, right?
But
he
left
got
back,
the most out of the squad in the first half, and that squad has now fallen apart. To be honest,
left back, there's
He's
options.
gonna change a lot.
There's been options that people have been spoken about. People have been speaking about since the start of the season.
Hakimi from PSG.
That's the move, I think. I'd take him any day. Obviously, everybody would take him. But I think if you lose Trent, you have to make that type of signing.
But you won't. It's hard to. I don't think they'll make a statement signing at right back. To be honest, they'll find someone. That Edwards man will find some quality right back that is going under the covers at the moment, and he'll find someone to play there. I think that'll be fine. They always do find players for these positions. I mean, look at Robertson from Hull, right?
Yeah.
Nobody considered him back then, and look at what he turned out to be. Even though he's currently a liability in that team, but
yeah,
I think
he got on the score
someone.
sheet. He got on the score sheet this weekend. Let's not forget.
Yeah, he did.
Let's not forget. But
nice finish. Long side, but nice finish.
It was crazy celebrations. I was just showing so much love for Van Dijk.
No, but we can't forget what these guys have done for our club. I mean, they're legends. They'll forever be legends. I don't know about Trent if he goes, but Robertson's a club legend and he's gonna fight to get his place back. And that sort of determination and that sort of love for the club needs to be appreciated.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys.